it's always a team. You cannot build anything meaningful alone.
This love that reaches to my heart feels so good.
Today I have the pleasure to welcome in the studio Loic Didelot. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Jérôme.
Loic is one of the most successful entrepreneurs from Luxembourg. He created a company that he will present in a few seconds in 2008, and today he has more than 100 employees for a turnover of 13 million euros. So let's jump right into it. Can you describe your company in a few words?
Okay, so we are in tech and we just try to keep it simple. Let's skip the blah. We do not talk about customer-centric, blockchain-available software as a service, SaaS or whatever. We say, hey, those are your needs. We have a passionate team of tech people, and we have an even more passionate team of salespeople that love to present what we do.
And what exactly do you do for a company like mine?
Okay, so we are an IT telecom provider. So whatever touches computer, internet, security, we just do it. It's part of our product service portfolio, part of our expertise.
Okay. Well, at the beginning, I think the name is MIXvoip. So I think it was a lot about the voice over IP. How big is this part today in your company?
Okay, yeah, so we started in 2008 and VoIP was finally becoming usable, internet bandwidth was increasing. So we surfed on that wave. We're not early adopters of technology, but pretty soon on the market, and this boosted us. We developed our software PBX, we have a team of developers, and today it's still 40% of our business.
So basically, for those who don't know the technology, you basically offer phone services over an IP address, so you don't need to use post services anymore. You go through your web connection.
Oh yeah, so we are fully regulated telecom provider, so we have our own phone numbers, we have our own IP addresses, our own internet line. So you take just post and you think a little bit smaller, a little bit smarter, a little bit more sympathetic, a little bit more flexible, a little bit cheaper, then you get to MIXvoip.
Okay, and this is now 40%, and over the past 15 years, you build 60% of additional services from security to anything related to tech.
Yeah, there's security, there's connectivity. We are now really strong in connectivity. You have to know, we opened offices a few years ago in Belgium and Germany, and now very recently in France. So we offer internet services in all those countries, plus we are regulated and compliant in all those countries, and that's where the additional business comes in, plus IT services like Microsoft Teams, integration, Microsoft 365, Azure, and all this stuff is being added to our portfolio.
Very good. So let's go through the success story. Again, there are not too many entrepreneurs who are Luxembourgers here, and also not too many who are successful the way you are. So tell us about the keys of your success first. Is it the team?
It's always a team. You cannot build anything meaningful alone. You start alone. I started alone for first 3 years in the company. I was really alone. Then we started hiring, and we got, I don't know, by accident or by the spirit, we got good people. They are still there. They are dedicated. And today, if we win on the market, if we sign customers, if we deliver successful, if customers are happy, it's a team. There's nothing else to say.
Okay, and tell us about maybe some difficulties you had to overcome. If you think about the 3 biggest difficulties over the past 15 years.
Okay, if you're an entrepreneur, just everything is difficult because nothing is like planned. You hire your first person. I was then 30 years old. I started, I think, at 28. So I've never done a job interview, not as an applicant, not as an interviewer, so you do not know how to do it. You do not know the law. You have to find someone that tells you how to write the contract. You do copy-paste from the internet. Today it's easier with ChatGPT. So at some point it really hurts, but you have to let go your first person, with whom you spend many years. So this is emotionally very tough because you wonder why didn't it work out. Then you hire 2 people, 3 people. Everything goes fine until 15, 16, 20. Then you start building some management structure. Everything goes south, and you have to refocus again, and you have to learn how to lead people, how to put a structure in place. Then comes compliance. At some point, some customer sues you for whatever reason. You have to learn this. You have to manage insurances. So, and then because you think, hey, life is happy, it's working well in Luxembourg, so we go to Belgium and Germany and France, and it's different. They have not been waiting for a Luxembourgish company to show them how IT and connectivity works. So you again have to learn, and everything is really painful, but it's like going to a fitness center. It hurts, but afterwards you are happy.
You're happy. So if you had to start it back in 2008, would you do anything differently, or would you still choose to learn on the job?
Okay, my answer changes based on my mood, because sometimes I say I would go and apply at a government job. And sometimes I say I would do it exactly the same, and sometimes I would say I would do a few things differently. Definitely. I know much more today than I knew back then. I would avoid certain painful mistakes, definitely.
And would you buy the service from a specialist, or would you go to some training to learn about, for example, hiring and managing people, or what would you do differently?
I think I would, I would know which consultants to use. So I would use them earlier, and then the most important thing is to be self-aware. Like, hey, I'm facing this problem, and hey, I'm not right, and hey, I need to learn to shut up and to listen. I'm not saying that I master this art today. I'm just saying I have slightly improved. And I would do it sooner and earlier, and I think I could onboard more people who might have left, who were talented, and I would have kept them and maybe build even a stronger team.
Okay, so I think you're touching on something very important, which is the importance of also peer-to-peer communication. And I have to say that at the time, 2008, there were really almost nobody except for you starting new companies. So I hope that with all the new startups we see now, we have a Salon Key, we have a Tada Web who's doing a lot of progress. Maybe now you could easily talk to people having the same difficulties and learn faster, don't you think?
I think those people do an amazing job, and even far better than I am, and they're expanding fast. But I think, like, you can talk to people, maybe you can reach out, but you are always maybe in a different phase. You don't have that contact at that moment. You do not know that exists. You do not even know that. I mean, it's about being self-aware. You do not know if you have that you have the problem. So it remains complex. So it's a really painful way, and you just have to work a lot. This thing like work-life balance, it's nice and it's funny, just not for entrepreneurs. It doesn't exist.
Exactly. And I relate to what you say, because my company is 23 years old, and as you say, knowing what I know today, it would be much easier. And you also insisted, once you know which partners you can trust, you save months and a lot of frustration and money, because you're not wasting time with the wrong people, of course.
Yeah, but even there, I do not know. I know what I would do differently today, but I do not know if it would change the outcome, if the outcome would be better. I just know, I think this was not perfect. I could have done it differently, but the end result would be differently. So maybe.
Yeah, 13 million euro turnover is already quite a very good score. Let's talk about the future. How do you see the future of your company in 5 years?
Okay, as I said, I have a passion for tech. I started as a developer. The first people I obviously hired were not sales or managers, but were tech people. So we have a very core of passionate tech people. We served on VoIP when it was early. Today we will serve on what? Well, AI. We will add meaningful AI features to our product. When it comes to, okay, you do phone calls, you do meetings. We will transcribe the calls like to text, we will summarize them, we will save this in your CRM. So this is what will come, and I think it will come pretty fast to the market, and we will serve on that wave as well. But it's not because it's hype, it's because we love tech.
And how, do you quantify your vision? Is it just, okay, we're going to keep integrating new tech, or do you aim for, I don't know, 200 employees soon? Or how do you quantify your vision?
Yeah, so what makes a company successful? Or what is success? So success is if you reach what you wanted to reach. So you can be very successful at 2, at 5, at 15. If you're happy, I want more of everything, of more employees, higher geographical expansion. I mean, we have started France. Now France is a very big country. Germany, we are very close and we have not expanded very well. So I just want to try this. This is a challenge because it makes me happy. And yeah, so we have to add people, communication channels, reporting channels, and all this, and hopefully expand bits by bits to different areas.
I think that's really the big advantage. Once you're profitable, you don't have the negative stress and you can become much more relaxed and ambitious. Let's talk about Luxembourg.
Are you sure about this?
From my experience, once I became profitable, life became much easier. But maybe it's an exception.
Yeah, okay, you sleep better, I agree. Yeah. But between profitable and not, the line is very fine.
It is. You need to put yourself back into the step one all the time. It takes a lot of humility, for sure. Let's talk about Luxembourg. You've been really experiencing the startup accelerator, the whole thing. How do you see Luxembourg in the future? And if you could talk to the new government, what would you advise them to do to facilitate the emergence of startup champions like you? Or tech champions, you're not a startup anymore.
Okay, to politics it becomes tough because I'm a capitalist leftist. Yes. So I think that people who have ambition and want to work very hard should have the opportunity to become whatever, very successful, very rich. I think people that choose family and work-life balance should have the same opportunity. I think the new government, okay, no one says it, not a lot of people say this, but I think they should push for green, put everything green, more electricity, more green electricity. Like, it doesn't matter if this planet doesn't survive, whatever business doesn't matter. And I think Luxembourg was always a pioneer in technologies where no one believed in. And I think we have the money, we have the capacity, we are small and flexible. Make us a leader in green technology. I think because we will no longer be leader in metal or whatever. I'm not sure if the other countries didn't. I think they noticed that we take a lot of taxes to Luxembourg, so they will try to fight this. So we have to innovate and we have to bring something new. And I think green could be it, maybe.
And if you had an advice to give to the government to facilitate the life of startups and just entrepreneurs?
Okay, here it is. I recently became a father, 12 months ago. Thank you very much. And I requested congé de paternité. And it was refused because I was independent. I don't think so. I had to write a letter and then said, oh, yeah, you are. Then I built as well a house and I put solar panels in it and the subsidies were refused. I bought a bicycle and the subsidy was refused because they didn't have the original invoice, whatever that means in 2022. Every time you ask for government help, you get a no, immediately. And then you fight and after some time you get a yes. It seems like the default behavior is the people requesting subsidies they have voted for and they want to push, the default behavior is no. What if the government switches to let's make it really happen and say, yes, not everyone is a gangster, not everyone is doing crazy shit to get money from the government. I think the country would become more agile, more flexible, it would create more entrepreneurship than always this no. Why isn't it a yes?
That's a very interesting advice to give to the new government. So Loic, congratulations for your success.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. I think so too. Very good. I liked it a lot.
C'était pas trop long, non? Tu penses?
On doit être à 11 minutes.
This love that reaches to my heart.